So today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what I believe to be the 5 best sports card investments under $10. Now, before we get into that, I did want to say this week's giveaway is an Anthony Edwards Prism Silver and a PSA 9. If you guys would like to enter in to win a $150+ card, all you have to do is subscribe, like the video, and then follow me on Instagram at itskanalahuja. Once you have followed those 3 steps, all you have to do is comment the word done, and you will be entered in to win. So definitely go ahead and do that if you want a free chance at a $150 Anthony Edwards card. Now, without further ado, we are going to hop right into the video. So the first card we have on our list is going to be Tyrese Maxey's Optic rookie card in a PSA 9. So as you guys can see here, these are ranging a little bit under $10. And the reason I am personally buying in on the Tyrese Maxey dip is because James Harden is likely moved out of Philadelphia, and that leaves a lot more opportunity for Maxey's numbers to take a leap this year. I think this year is going to be a year where many players from the 2020 draft class take a big jump in their game. I believe Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, is going to be one of them, and Tyrese Maxey is another guy from this draft class that I am betting on to take that leap in his third year. So Tyrese Maxey, of course, is on a team with a very big fan base, a competitive team that is often making the Eastern Conference Finals, and he is a pure scorer. I think with Harden on the team, it was a little bit cramped on their offense, and it didn't allow Tyrese Maxey to get as much attention on him and as high numbers, I would say. But his efficiencies were great, so I believe if you can, if Harden does leave, which he likely is not going to play another game in Philadelphia, we're going to see Tyrese Maxey take that jump and become a young stud, a young superstar. And I think he really has that potential to take that leap. So I truly believe buying in on any of his rookie cards right now is a very good bet, considering, Maxey could become the number 2 guy if they're not able to get someone big for James Harden. He could end up being Philadelphia's number 2 guy behind Joel Embiid, of course. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into the next pick, and that is going to be Kevin Durant's Topps Variation rookie card. Now, Kevin Durant's market is just at a point where I am a buy, without even thinking. I think Kevin Durant's market has reached such a low, just because, of course, this last season they got knocked out. He's had a little bit of, instability over these last couple years between the Nets and the Suns. They haven't really been in that conversation. They've had a lot of hype, but when they didn't live up to the hype, prices just crashed on KD's cards, and now you can get some of his low pop, pretty high, I wouldn't say high-end rookie cards, but some of his important rookie cards for around that $10 range, and I'm a no-brainer buy into that. Kevin Durant's one of probably the top 20 players of all time, if not much higher. Some people have him top 15. Some people even top 10, but I truly believe that if the Suns can figure this out and build a real roster like they have been doing over these last couple months, they've been making me a lot more confident with, of course, not only Brad Beal, but I think the other players that they've got around KD, Brad Beal, and Booker have made me a lot more confident, and I think if they can figure this out, they're definitely going to be one of the contenders in the Western Conference, and Kevin Durant's market's just so low, and he's already a top 3, top 5 player in the league at all times. So it's kind of a no-brainer just to buy it when attention is away from him. And then when attention comes back to Kevin Durant, his prices are likely going to go up quite a lot. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, and that is going to be Jaren Jackson Jr.'s select rookie card. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr. Has been the number 2 player on the Grizzlies for quite a while, for the last couple years at least, and the Grizzlies have always made a lot of noise in the West, until obviously all this Ja Morant stuff went down. And Jaren Jackson Jr. for the first 25 games is now going to be the Grizzlies' number 1 option, which means his numbers are likely going to be very, very high. He's going to average probably a good 20 to 30% increase from last season, solely based on Ja Morant being out and Jaren Jackson, it being pretty much his team. So I just believe Jaren Jackson's, his numbers are going to go up over the first 25 games, and I think his market's going to bump up significantly over the first 25 games. So I am a buyer in Jaren Jackson more as a short-term flip. While Ja Morant is suspended, you can go ahead and buy these up, and hopefully he takes on that number one role. His numbers increase. Hopefully his efficiencies are good, and the Grizzlies can do some decent things. But even if they don't, I think Jaren Jackson's going to be putting up very, very strong numbers, and that's why I think his market's going to go up. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into the next pick, and that is going to be Anthony Simons Optic Rookie Card. Now, Anthony Simons is on the Portland Trail Blazers, and as you guys know, there's a high likelihood that Damian Lillard is moved. He's already requested a trade. He is likely not going to play another game for Portland, but who knows? But regardless, I think Anthony Simons, it's kind of shaping up to be his franchise, at least as of now. We're going to see what ends up happening with Dame, but, the opportunity here with Simons, him already being on the rise, and then on top of that, him potentially being the number one option next year, I think his market's in for a lot of hype and a lot of growth, because his numbers, if Dame is sitting out or if Dame is moved, his numbers are certainly going to increase a lot, and I think that's going to cause a lot of his market to really rise. I think his cards are just way too low for what he's already done, and I think he has a lot of room for growth right now. So I'm personally a buyer of Anthony Simons at this price. Now, without further ado, we're going to hop right into the next pick, and that is going to be Donovan Mitchell. He's another guy who I think his market is sitting way, way, way too low. I think a lot of money is going to be pouring out of the markets of Trae Young, of Zion Williamson, of Ja Morant, and I think a lot of it's going to be going towards guys like De'Aaron Fox, Donovan Mitchell, guys who have already taken up that next step and are looking more like they could be the future of the league. So I think Donovan Mitchell's a buy for me all day. I'm personally not a massive fan of the Cavs. I don't know what they're going to do next season, but I think Mitchell's, him alone being a young superstar, he's going to figure it out some way, somehow, and I think his cards are just way too low for me to pass up. And same goes with De'Aaron Fox. I think De'Aaron Fox is figuring out how to win, and the Kings are starting to make noise in the West. So I think his cards are going to have another great season, and some of his cards are sitting way too low. So I'm personally a buyer in De'Aaron Fox's value in his market. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you enjoyed, go ahead, subscribe, like this video, and follow me on Instagram if you would like to go ahead and join in on the Anthony Edwards giveaway. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.